Okay, hi team. I hope you guys all had an amazing weekend. I'm excited to show you our our third training. Um, Today it will be the advanced training. So I have included the outline into the chat, the Zoom chat. So we'll be going over how to run pricing in Arrive today. We're not going to be going over pricing. We're just going to be going over how to run it. We'll be going over how to run AUS. We'll be going over the pre-approval letter tab, the client's needs tab, the conditions tab, and the editing documents in Arrive. So today's it might be a little bit longer. I'm hoping that we can still finish at 12:15. There's just a lot to go over today. So please hold all of the questions till the end. We'll do a 10-minute time slot for questions at the end. And if you have any questions regarding pricing, that's not my realm, that's Holly. So please save all of those questions for your training with her. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we're going to touch on is the products and pricing. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. Okay. So you can all see my screen, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So as you can see, we're in our same test file that we've been working out of. We have all of the blue check marks on the side for loan and property, borrower info, financial info, and this one is an FHA loan. So we're checked off there as well. We went through all of that last week. So now we're going to move on. We have quite a few to go over today. And as you can see, they're all red or they're not completed. So we're going to make sure that those get checked off also. We are in the products and pricing tab right now. So what we're going to do is obviously we've been working out of this file, so it's going to say reprice. But when you have a brand new file, when you have a new file, it's not going to show it like this. It'll just have the pricing screen already up. So we're going to click reprice. And this is what it's going to look like on your end when you're going through your file. So we're just going to want to run through and make sure that all of the information for the loan is correct. So we have an FHA, it's the first lien. We want to make sure our purchase price is correct, our appraised value, our LTV, our loan amount. If the funding fee is financed or if it's not financed. And it's always going to be a full doc unless, of course, it was not a full doc. If it's a bank statement loan or something of the sort, then you would change that. And then you're going to want to make sure that all of your property information is correct. So we have a primary residence. It's a single family, site built. They're a first time home buyer, and we have our address in there. Currently, we have it listed as a TBD because remember, we don't want to trigger TRID until we're ready to submit the file. So we have it listed as a TBD. This side right here where my cursor is, this side is this is going to determine what rate we get and where we want it at. So we can decide which lender we want to go with. I recommend just selecting all so you can get best case pricing. We're going to select every single one of them and we're going to drop out of that. The next one down is the comp payer type. So this is if you want it to be lender paid or if you want it to be borrower paid. At UWM, if we're correspondent, it's going to be borrower paid. For this file, we are FHA, and I have selected every lender. So I'm just going to go ahead and select borrower paid, and lender paid, and we'll go from there. The next one down is going to be rate type. So whether it's fixed or an adjustable. The lock period, we're going to do 30 days. The loan term, it has 20 years selected, but we're going to unselect that and we're going to select 30 years. And then desired rate, this little tool you can enter in if you have already had a rate in mind. I don't know, maybe you did a pricing scenario at a specific lender. You could put in that desired rate in there also. So let's just go ahead and enter that so we can see what pops up. We'll do 5.875. The processing options. So this is going to be specific to UWM. We have the PA Plus full service, PA Plus setup and underwriting. We're not going to choose any of these PA Pluses because this is a purchase file. We're going to choose in-house. Just always select in-house unless you're doing a refinance and there's an incentive that has to do with the PA Plus, or for some reason you're going to be doing PA Plus for a refi, then you would select that. But for now, we're doing in-house. Underwriter fee and price.
Okay.
Don't need to
How was your
worry.
weekend?
It was good. Mellow. How about
Sorry guys. We don't need to worry about that. Track. This is again another thing that you would. This is only for UWM. This is a title company, or I'm sorry, something that we can use to get title through UWM. Holly can go over that more, I'm sure, at a different time, but we would choose this in a refinance, probably not in a purchase. It's rarely ever used. But if you did want to use that, it does affect pricing, so you would select that. CYP. So this one right here, this is going to be if you're using UWM only. This is control your price points. If you have points at UWM and you want to use those for your pricing, you would select that. And what would happen is you would type in however many bips. I believe it's always going to be, I think 40 is the max. And then you would select done, and that's going to add that to your pricing. And then if it was a refi and there's a refi incentive for some reason, I think right now there's like a Govy refi incentive 75 bips. You would select that if you were using that also. So we're just going to go ahead and click price loan. But before I do, I'm going to go over these advanced features listed down here. The escrow button right here. This is if you're going to have no escrows waived, if they're all going to be waived, or if it's just specific HOI that's going to be waived, or just specific property taxes waived. You can go ahead and select that here. You can also select if there's a buy down type in here also. And you can also select if there's going to be a prepayment penalty. We are not using any of those advanced features besides none being waived. So we're going to click price loan. Okay, for some reason, let's delete this desired rate. That's odd. It just worked for me. Okay, something is off. So let me go back and check our loan. Everything looks good here.
the supplemental is red?
Yeah, we're not going to touch that. There we go. Okay, it was just glitching. All right. So here we go. We have 3 popped up for UWM. So we have the Elite FHA 20-year. Why is it pulling 20?
Oh, because 20 was also clicked. That's why.
Okay,
I think it
there
should
we
be
go.
okay now.
We should be good. Okay, so we should be able to see all lenders, and there we go. So it's going to pull up every single lender, all of the pricing. Let's go to UWM just for the sake of this, and we're going to choose Elite FHA 30-year fixed. So when you click into the rate, you're going to see it's going to pull up this little small screen where you can see some of the other rates. Perfect. So you can see also adjustments. So I wanted to show you guys a cool tool. I'm not sure if everyone's aware of it, but in this pricing screen, if you wanted to compare multiple rates, so you wanted to show your borrowers options of rates to choose from, you could select, let's go with 5.5, 5.625, and you would select this little checkbox right here next to the rate. This little screen, this little button is going to pop up. It says compare. You're going to select that, and it's going to pull up a mortgage quote for you, and it's going to compare both of those rates.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
can you can edit this as you'd like. You can include fees. You can show the credit score. You can change the color. And then you can send this quote directly to your borrowers from here. If you just select this little blue button, send quote, it's going to generate an email and attach it to that. Attach it, and you can send it straight over to them. So that's just a little quick pricing tool. Let's go back though and go back to our results. Perfect. So I'm going to go back to that rate for UWM, and I'm going to select 6.25. And we're going to click apply. It's going to pull up this little screen. We're just checking it. Everything looks good. We're going to click apply. And now our rate has been selected and it's been applied to our loan. So now we can see a little breakdown of the cost of this loan or of this rate, and a little breakdown of what our loan is looking like at this time. It's going to automatically change the check mark to blue once we've completed the pricing. So now that that's done, we can move on to the next.
Maybe. I can see everybody in Zoom, but I don't hear anything now.
I think Savannah's internet went out real quick. I'm sure she'll be right back.
Oh, it's back.
Oh, good. I'm glad there's no mic.
What's going on? What's going on? Jeez Louise, man.
All right, can everyone hear me?
Now we can.
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Okay, so Savannah's internet is out.
Hmm.
So I am going to just take over the training and pick up where she left off. I'm just gonna go into the file and then I'm gonna start recording so we can piece this together. All right. Jorge, can you do me a favor, please, and let me share my screen since you're the host? Maybe give me the host back too so I can record.
Okay, give me a minute.
You out of here? Whoa.
All right, I'm just gonna get back in and log in as the host. Hang on one second.
I already got you in.
What do you think?
All right, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, everyone
Yeah,
is getting
yeah.
good. All right, if you guys have a question, just let me know. We can go through it at the end as well. I'm gonna pick up though just where Savannah left off. Let me. All right, everyone should be able to see arrive. Okay, great. So the next screen that she was gonna show us is AUS. So in the AUS screen under here, once you've selected your product, you can go to here and choose to order credit. So you would just hit this order credit button here. Click on the person that you are running credit for. New credit order, all three bureaus. It's going to default to this, so just leave this how it is as long as you're pulling a tri-merge hard credit pull. There are different logins for a soft pull, so if you do need to do a soft pull, you need to use those logins and that credit account. So you would have two credit accounts showing here. So if I was running credit for this one, I would merge my current liabilities with the liabilities that are on credit. You can also override the current liabilities with credit report liabilities. So I just always leave it on merge. And then you would hit pay by credit card, type in the card information, save, and then order credit. Then this would run. And once you have credit in, you can go in here. It'll allow you to run DO or LPA, or you could run both. A lot of people don't know you can actually run LPA on government files. So a lot of people have typically always just run DU or DO. You can also use Freddie Mac to run LPA through for both FHA and VA files. And then you get any warning. So if there's anything missing from your file that would help with AUS, it would notify you right here with a warning. So LPA does require asset identifiers to be filled out to account for assets when running. What that means is it needs an account number. So even though it says optional, even if you just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it needs to be at least 5 digits, then you can save it and it will count that as assets. Actually, that was a liability. It would count this as assets. And then same thing for this one. Without having an account number in there, the findings just won't pick up that you have any assets. So it would give you approve and eligible findings because it doesn't think you have enough cash to close. And then once we have approved findings in here, pretend we just ran AUS and we got accept or approve eligible. The next step would be the pre-approval letter. So you would click on this tab right here where it says pre-approval, and you would generate pre-approval letter. You would just click on today's date for the qualification date. And then I always like to uncheck this weird email here so it doesn't send a loan contact message. So what I would do is click on change recipients and then uncheck that box. And then if you have any notes you wanted to add in here, you could leave that here. But you can hit save and continue. Then this is going to automatically move the loan into pre-approved status. So it's going to move it here. And then you'll have your pre-approval letter. Should have all the correct information on it. And you can edit this letter. You needed to edit it. I've never edited it. I think it is good just how it is. And then you can hit send and directly email that to the client, or you can download it and send your own personalized email, whichever way you prefer. Savannah is back. So she can take over. Thanks, Savannah.
Thank you, Holly. You guys, I'm
Of
so
course.
sorry. Verizon's completely out in the city, so thank goodness I have AT&T at phone. Because now I have a hotspot. So yes, I'm back. I'm gonna share my screen. Holly did a great job. Okay. Okay, perfect. So yes, to finish up on what Holly was just going over on the pre-letter. So it's not gonna, it didn't save for me. So we're gonna run through this again. We're gonna generate this pre-approval letter. Perfect. So yes, so like she said, you can edit it, you can send it to the borrower from there. Also, perfect. You can also, if you wanted to do a shortcut, you can also fetch all the information from the loan. You can update it. So let's say, for example, you generate this pre-approval letter, you go back. Let's say we're making changes to the loan. Let's say the purchase price changed or the loan amount changed. If you went to loan property and you updated that, you could immediately just fetch it from the loan and it will update your pre-approval letter to create a new one for you. You can click update and then you can send it directly to the borrower. It's as simple as that. So yeah, let's move on to the next tab down. So the next one we're going to go over, save and continue. The next one we're going to go over is the client's needs. So this tab is super fun, super cool if you know how to use it correctly. When the borrower first does the application, it's automatically going to generate client's needs for that client. The client is going to be able to upload the documents for each need in the portal, which is then going to allow us to, we're going to receive the document and we can go through each document and approve them or disapprove them. So if a driver's license was too blurry, we couldn't see it, or it was expired, we could select the reject button. Each document requested is going to show up just like this. So for example, right now we have mortgage statement, we have our W-2s, our pay stubs, our driver's license, our bank statements. These are the automatically generated client's needs. Now, if you needed specific documents, let's say you knew your borrower had already an investment property and you needed that lease agreement, or you needed the mortgage statement, the HOI for that current property, you would just go right over to here in the top right-hand corner where it says add plus client needs. So this is going to add a new client need. We're going to select this little blue button that says plus need, and it will give you all of the options. You can search a need. So let's say we did want to do lease agreement. It's going to pop up rental agreement / lease agreements. We can select that, and we can preview and send it. You can do a bulk. So you can, let's say you needed multiple things. We needed that lease agreement. We needed the mortgage statement. We needed the HOI. We need all of these items. So we can do a bulk, and we can send all of these items to the borrower requesting them. This is then going to pop up in their portal. So now they're going to see they have new tasks to complete. Once they upload them, it's going to let us know, it's going to notify us, and then it's going to populate in our you needed tab. So I'm going to show you, we're pretend like we preview and send it. Okay, we're good to go. We just actually, let's just preview and send it so it pops up. Alrighty, so now you can see we have additional clients' needs listed. All of them currently show awaiting docs. So this means that we're waiting for the borrower to upload documents. If the borrower didn't want to do the portal, but they saw the client's needs come through and they emailed you, piecemealed every single item, which I'm sure happens a lot, you can just go directly into the client need and you can just attach that document. So you can upload a new document, and let's just upload a random one so you can see what that looks like. Okay, my Wi-Fi might be too slow for that today. So once it does get uploaded, it will attach, the document will attach, you'll see a little red little bubble above that. It means it's attached. Now, if the board does upload them and we need to approve them or accept or reject, we can just select these two little buttons. So we can accept the need. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna take over from my girl because it's not going. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what's happening. My internet is not working at all anymore. So, Holly, if you can take over, I think the
Yes.
next thing is editing documents. Um, yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, it's the conditions tab. We can move to the meeting next week. That's not a deal. So if we want to just go into, we're running out of time anyways. If we want to just go into editing documents, I can walk them through if you want to just share your screen for me.
Yeah, can you see my screen, Savannah?
Let me stop share. Okay, perfect. Okay. So if you go into the documents tab, okay. So one really cool tool, you guys, in the documents tab is that there is the option to edit documents, if you would like. So if you open up a document, Holly, could be any random one. Okay, perfect. And in the top right-hand corner, you're going to see a little pencil and a paper. It's right next to the print button. If you select that, it's going to give you the option to edit this document. So we have the first little tab is going to be a pencil, so we can draw on the document if needed. You could like exit things out. You could write things in if you needed to for some reason. The next one over is a sign. If you click that, Holly, this will give us the option to sign documents. So this is a really cool tool because if it's something like I don't know, for example, like a verification of deposits is a perfect example. If it's something that you had to sign, so like originator, and it didn't need a DocuSign audit log, this is a perfect tool to use. It's just very quick. You don't need to send things back and forth. It just eliminates time. The next one over is a little image box. You can upload an image into the document. You could add a note into the document. The next one over is a text tab. You can type in things if you needed to. Yep, just like that. The next one over is a line, so you can cross things out. And then all the way toward the right, there's going to be another pencil and a paper in the middle. Yep, right there. Document, yes. So this is going to allow us just kind of like Adobe. If you had a multiple page document, you could extract pages from it. Let's say it's a piece of that document wasn't needed. You could remove that by clicking the little three dots in the right-hand corner. You can extract documents. If you click the import document button, you can combine pages into that document. Maybe it was like, because this has happened to me. Maybe it's a bank statement and they sent every single page of the bank statement separately. That's craziness. We're not going to upload every single page like that. So if you just uploaded the first page and then imported the rest of the documents, you have that capability here. Once you click save, it will save that document and it will save that document and then you're good to go. So that's just a quick, cool little tool I wanted to show you all. There was one more thing I do want to mention because I got kind of cut off in the client's needs tab. So we're going to backtrack a little bit. But there is the option to, one really cool thing about the client's needs is there's a second tab in the client's needs at the top and it says getting signatures. If you click that, you're going to see here in this one, we have multiple that are waiting signatures. You can add a new client need and you can select a document. Maybe it's how you want to search an LOE. Yeah, that's perfect. And you can click Get Client Signatures. You're going to authorize the e-sign. Oh, you have DocuSign set up on yours, huh? So if you have DocuSign set up, that's totally fine. For those of you that set up the Arrive e-sign, it will say set up e-sign instead of authorize e-sign. You'll select that and it will give you the option to, just like it would in DocuSign, it will give you the option to set up for signatures. And then you can just directly send it to the borrowers. Once you send it to the borrowers from here in Arrive, it's gonna pop up just like this. So we're awaiting all of these signatures. Once they have signed it, it will notify us. And it will let us know how many signatures are due. Once they've completed the signing, it will say signed completed, and it will turn green. And this will also automatically update in the Documents tab. So you won't need to move anything over to Documents. Everything's already been done. And we highly recommend you utilize this tool. And I know because I don't have the capability of going through it really detailed for you right now. If you give me a call, if you ever get stuck when you're trying to do this, let me know and I can help you walk you through it one-on-one. But utilizing this so that way it just eliminates the hassle between using DocuSign and everyone's kind of aware, the processors, the loan officer assistant, everyone's aware of what's going on in the file. And if needed, we could resend the e-sign need also right directly from here too. So that is pretty much it. There was another thing I wanted to go over today, but we will save that for our next training. So I think it's a little bit more too much for today. So let's go ahead and end it here. We'll take the next 10 minutes to answer questions. Again, you guys, I'm so sorry that we had internet issues. Thank you, Holly, for helping. If
Of
anyone has
course.
questions, please feel free.
Savannah, I have a question. So the documents and clients' needs are the same?
So the client's needs, the Documents tab is going to have every single document that we upload as the team. So the documents that you upload, so you would upload documents into here if you needed to upload anything. We upload documents into this tab, like the title, the escrow, once the file gets to processing. This is gonna, but when you approve the client's needs, it's automatically going to go into the documents.
Okay,
Does that make
because this is
sense?
what I did. I start upload documents, non-clients needs, under documents, and I kind of label bank statements, pay stub, still the same as a client's need, right?
Yes, it's the same thing, except the only difference is that you're not going to be able to see here what we are waiting on and what we're not. So like this just gives the option for the borrower to enter their portal and directly upload it for you. So this would just eliminate you even uploading anything at all. And you can resend it to the borrower. So if you're still doing something, they're still not sending you this license. Keep on pushing it off, You can click the little
You're breaking up. I don't
I
hear you
lost
anymore.
her.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, I mean, if you already have the docs, you can upload them to the documents folder, but the client's needs are just there automatically with how our Arrive is set up. So if you have a borrower that starts an application and they put in that they're a W-2 employee, it's going to automatically ask you for W-2s, pay stubs, driver's license, and bank statement. If they indicate that they own a home, it's going to ask them for their HOI, taxes, mortgage statement, things like that. So it's all things that the borrower will be notified of that they need and they can upload it securely through the portal versus emailing documents to you for you to attach.
If they email the documents to me or already have those, where I upload it, on documents or clients need?
Either one, what I always
Okay.
do is if it's a need, I will upload it to the need. If
To the
it's not
need.
a need, then I will do documents, but it doesn't really matter. It's just whatever you want. The biggest thing is just making sure that it's in the file.
Got it. Okay.
But just to confirm,
now,
when you first send the email invite, I don't have to attach needs. It'll automatically do it as you're filling the application in.
Yes, I'm back, by the way. Yes, it will. It has a
Hi,
pre-generated items list.
yeah, and like if they check off that, yes, they've had a bankruptcy in the last 7 years, it's automatically gonna ask them for the paperwork for the bankruptcy. Stuff like that. So it is pretty good. It pretty much captures everything that we could possibly need for an actual pre-approval. And then if there's additional items that we need because of a one-off, we can go in and make a need. And then that will alert the borrower that they need to upload something. Instead of emailing it to us where it's not secure, this is a secure portal which allows them to upload it.
Another
hi, Paul.
question. Okay, go
Can I
ahead.
ask can I ask a follow-up question to your question? Now on the information page, once you put like the borrower owns a home or whatever information you put in it, does it automatically generate the needs like the mortgage statement on the needs page? Client needs page? That was my
It's
question.
a, if they're looking to purchase a home and they have a real estate owned, it's not automatically asking them. However, if they are doing a refinance, it's automatically asking them.
I see. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Alan.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yes.
Yeah, when
That's
you're
all my
doing,
question.
sorry. When you're doing the file extraction, does it keep the original file just in case, or does it override?
What do you mean by that?
So let's say you're pulling pages out of a document,
Oh,
does it leave the original file untouched? Do you just have to change the name, or does it update it?
no, it's gonna update it. So if you're editing in there, it will automatically update it. What you can do though is you can duplicate, so you can duplicate it, you can clone that document, so that way it's in their original and then the one that's edited.
Awesome, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Rosanna, I think I heard you say that you had a question.
Yes, I have a question. For example, after the borrow filled out the 1003 or the application, right? Before we run credit, we need the borrower's authorization signature to run the credit.
Correct.
So we need to have it in file.
Yes, and that isn't automatically, again, that's another client need that's automatic once they fill out the application. So that they automatically get notified that they have to sign the borrower's authorization and the credit card authorization.
If they don't wanna provide the credit card and I will be paying for their credit, is that will be okay or not?
That's fine. Yeah, that's totally
Okay.
fine. That's just something then you would utilize the notes tab and you would make a note letting everyone know that's on the file that this was paid by you. That way you can get reimbursed or however you want to go about it, but we do need to know that. And I would
Okay.
still recommend, because I would still recommend trying to get a credit card at the beginning, because if it comes to the point of eventually down the line, let's say you need an appraisal, it's
For the
not,
appraisal.
Right.
yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Thank you, Savannah.
You're welcome. Anybody else?
Great job, Savannah.
I think
Thank
that's
you. I'm
it.
so sorry, you
Thank,
guys.
thank you.
Hopefully next week this won't happen. You're welcome. You
Thank
guys have a really good rest of your day, and I will see
you
you
as
next
well.
Monday. Thank
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 you.
you.
you.